Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
The owner of the most coveted yet feared pair of balls in London, it's Barney!
Oh!
Pair of balls.
Yeah.
I tied it in.
And she can't sing on key, but she sure can sniff off one. It's Lukey Luck.
He really gets me.
Hello, little gay people.
I've heard a good joke.
Go on, hit us.
How do non-binary samurais kill people?
Tell me.
They slash them. Now that is comedy.
The first thing I saw when I woke up this morning is, why is bleaching your asshole not called changing your ringtone?
Wow, it really should. What have we been up to?
We've just been out and about with the gays. The gays. I think.
The gays.
What did we do Friday night?
You went to a horror vegan burger evening.
I did. I don't want you to judge me too much for that. But yes, I was. That's not interesting at all. But on Saturday, we went to Le Grand, and all of the gays were out in force for our good sis Victoria Scone, supported by Jam-Packed, the UK Day. And
it was a real Percy Diversity of cast members, wasn't it?
It was. We had Chio, we had Margot Marshall, we had
Dylan,
Louis Sifa,
Lady Marmalade.
Yeah.
Why is she black?
Yeah. Anyone else on this? Anyone else out? The other female dancer that
Emily.
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 And then so many drags.
Basically everyone from this
all the season 3
there,
from
as
season
well
2.
as Ms. Cracks.
Lots of faces. Mm-hmm. It was nice. And then we went to Brewers afterwards and had a mad one. But yeah, that was very cute. But should we talk about...
Two crazy male divas have died this week.
Can you believe?
First Meatloaf.
Second, Miss Manfred Thierry Mugler. Literally saw that this morning. Very sad. But let's talk some drags, because there is a lot to get through, ladies, as you well know.
So much. I did some maths, and there's been something like 63 looks the first 3 episodes alone or something.
I enjoyed 3 of them. I'm looking at you, Kerry Colby.
It's just some like normal episodes where it's not just like go.
A bit of respite, you know.
Please, a bit of chit chat. So last week,
tell us.
The second group of honeys came and showed us their CNTs. Yeah. Angie won both the mini and the main, leaving Daya, Betty, and Deja Sky to battle it out. And unfortunately for Daya, it was time to go. She's got to adjust her sugar levels elsewhere.
I don't think we took adequate time to discuss how piss poor Deja's look was. Velvet embossed damask.
You damask.
She looked like she'd been starred by Sam Fair's interior designer. Actually, I don't want this to be a Sam Fairs slander pod.
No, because
Billy.
Billy
Fairs.
We kneel at the feet of the Fairs sisters.
What gorgeous feline eye shape. And that was before we were all out here getting pedio threads. Just absolutely gorgeous girls. We are old school stands of all of Towie. Not so much now. Now they're just shouting pub gardens at each other. But it used
More
to be
than Nowie.
Yeah,
Towie.
It used to be TV gold, didn't it? Did you love when Deja... I can't remember. It must have been Deja that came off and said this. Said, I am a competitor. Baby, that is the bare minimum. Contractually, you have to be there. It's like, it's not enough to just be a competitor. Wasn't really.
I am a human being.
I am here. Like, okay. When Alyssa Hunter walked in, I was like, damn.
What's this? After the elimination?
Yeah.
Sure.
I just thought, damn, that bitch is gorgeous. And then Bosco, damn, double homicide.
It just makes me laugh, the whole kind of fake, like, faux, like, West Side Story, like, we got beef with the other girls. Behave.
West Side Story.
Who was it who said to Cornbread, she'll bring it to you every bowl?
I don't know. In regards to what?
They were just talking about cornbread, and then someone said, well, yeah, she'll bring it to you every bowl. I can't remember who said it, but it was a good one.
Yeah. Love how much the girls fangirl Kerry, as they should.
As they should.
As they damn well should. Makes me feel like we're all in good company. It's just like every time she comes on stage, I'm like... I feel like, you know that little boy in Malcolm in the Middle with the pacemaker?
Oh, I love him.
Stewie? No, that's the brother. Which one is the fucking fit one? Reese.
Reese is the sort of like older tween brother, but then I also like the blonde curly one in the army as well.
Oh yeah, I mean all of them, the whole family.
Not Malcolm for me.
No, everyone, and also not the 8-year-old.
Cute.
Deja Skye on her LinkedIn is a.
Is she related to Nina Skye?
I imagine so.
I hope so.
Yeah. From Bounty Hull. Deja Skye is a seamstress, and she made what she's wearing, baby.
You made a mistake.
We're going to need a rewind and then a refund. It's strange, isn't it? I mean, is it?
You weren't this appalled by it last week.
Do you know what? It was because she had the soften out of me thinking that she was Patrick Star.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, she's doing her own thing. Well, not really her own thing. She did someone else's thing. But I thought, okay. And then just like seeing it in the cold light of day, I was like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
It was really, I don't know, it's like the taste level of it I actually found quite offensive. It's actually awful.
I scored it low last week.
Yeah. Can we talk about the real elephant in the room? That Mary Jane Blige wig. It needs to be put in a museum. Cornbreads.
Sure.
Cornbreads, basin cut, rooted blonde Mary Jane Blige wig. It was like...
She's a woman who can do what she wants.
Truly. Literally anything. I think I, on Drag Race, would be like, oh, I was hoping to be the youngest one, and just see what the girls said. Be like, how old do you think everyone's... Yeah, how old do you think everyone's going to be? But, yeah, kind of love that. And then I guess we move on to the mini-challenge.
Well, Rue's entrance. She comes in with a couple of hangers on. Daya and Orion are back.
Very confuddled.
What the hell?
Or just bringing them back straight away. It's so strange.
It's like, what was the point?
Mm.
And then RuPaul tells us about this golden ticket. What in the Willy Wanker is going on here?
Can I just say, only insecure hoes are sweating that they're back. Like, Miss Jumbo straight away, Panini, she was so pressed about it. Like, it's like they've gone. Like, they were the lowest and the weakest. Like, why are you pressed that they're back? Why are you angry?
Well, she needs people to be lower than her, really, doesn't she?
Yeah. Do you love the twists and turns of the gold bar? How fucking unnecessary.
I don't think it's very fair. It's like the All-Stars rules. So you can be doing really, really good or really, really bad, and then just like some like little trinket.
Yeah, but at least no one has to fall for you to rise up. At least with that, it's just like, okay, you get the good luck. Would you look at your thing? I would 100% open it and nail glue it back together. I would need to know. I couldn't wait.
No, I don't think so, because then like I don't know, no.
Really? I really thought you'd be like, of course I would.
No, because I would want there to be like an extra...
element of surprise.
Yeah, if I knew it wasn't, then you're like, I might as well just fucking go home now.
Just tell production, be like, do you know what, I've actually looked at my chocolate bar, and if you won't save me, then nothing will.
So RuPaul tells us that we're having a pair of balls this week.
Yes.
Where the week one girls will be giving us 3 hide and chic animal print looks. And the week 2 gals will be giving us red, white and blue looks. And the looks are resort, evening gown, and then wedding gown eleganza.
Yeah.
What team would you have preferred to be in?
Neither. I thought both of them were absolute dog shit. And I was like, oh, God. The ball is one of my favourite challenges. Mm. And normally you get like a real selection of like...
variety.
Yeah, like variety of things that you can do. And I just thought that like it was dog shit. Like I guess at a push red, white and blue, but I also don't want to do like Americana.
You love blue though, don't you?
Fuck America.
I would have definitely preferred the animal print until I saw how busted everyone's bridal was. Like,
yeah.
We'll get into that. Yes.
Can I just say, if a bitch was trying to describe how they are going to panel their outfit to me in the workroom, I'd be like, go, that is between you and the singer. I don't care. Like, when, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jasmine. No, is there someone called Jasmine?
Yeah.
Jasmine Kennedy. Yeah. I think it was Jasmine Kennedy. She was like, so I think I'm going to do this, and then this, and this, and then maybe I'll put a panel that is like, and I can't remember who she was talking about. They were literally just looking at her being like, I don't care. I'm hot gluing this together. Yeah. I don't even understand what a panel is. I'd just be like, go. I nearly levitated. I nearly arched up when I saw Miss June wrapping that unlined material round the dress form and then having the audacity to say, I'm a personal stylist.
That was a look, wasn't it?
You really can just...
Wasn't a look, no.
You can really get up on telly and just say anything.
I just can't believe they're still talking about Maddie being straight. Like, I'm very bored of this now.
But at least remember that some of them literally did just find out then.
True, I guess so.
Because they weren't in the other group, so they're like... But I actually thought our two girls, Cornbread and Kerry, dealt with it very well. That in the normal way that you would be like, oh my God, are you straight? It's like, yeah, and they're like, crazy. Never met. And then that was it. Thought that's how you'd...
Willem said the first drag queen she ever met was a straight drag queen.
Really? Question. Are you an atelier diva like that?
Well, if you would have let me get my words in edgeways, I would have asked you that question. Yes. With those showing challenge right now, this second, would you be able to pull anything?
Yeah.
What would you make?
Well, what for this category?
Right now, this second, I roll in a sewing machine.
I would first of all, I would hot glue everything.
Roll in a sewing machine. What can you do?
Oh, I mean, I can use a sewing machine.
Okay, so she's making a tube dress.
Yeah. So she is me and Miss June Jambalaya just draping. No, I would do something that was draped and like gathered somewhere because that always looks like
very. I'm thinking kind of evening gown.
Tuxedo, yeah, tuxedo, but shimmery, but one off the shoulder. No, I do something that's like gathered. I would do obviously like a vintage silhouette because they're just more interesting. But I would do something like, you know, like when Ben made that entire outfit and he was like, it is hot glue. I would do something that like they like carefully like ruffled everything. Because like if you just add details that kind of hide the fact that the base garment is simple, then you can kind of get away with it. It's kind of what Jasmine Kennedy with that ruffle dress. Like the actual dress that they made is so simple. It's just that they really took the time to make all of that scalloped ruffles.
Can't even remember it, so wasted your time, girlie. When I first saw Sis Het written down, I thought it was spelled Sishay.
Like David Sisho.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
But when Chav first came out, my mum's friend Maria, hey Maz, she thought it was Shav.
That's because you're from West London.
She's actually Spanish, so...
Shabby. Kerry is so gorgeous that she can literally have towels wrapped around her, and I'm like, yes, she is so serving Colby Couture.
This fucking conversation between her and Angie literally blew my tiny mind. Do you know, we're just like, she's like, are you Sharon Stone? She's like, wait, Sharon or Sharon? Like, who's Sharon Stone? A famous white lady. Is she your friend? I was like, what is happening here?
I loved it though. Like, they seem to get each other. They have such complementary personalities, I think. I didn't even
have a clue what was going on.
It's just the magic of the workroom, honey. I mean, the question on everyone's lips: would you eat a dragonfly for $1,000?
Yes.
Would you eat it for $500?
Probably not. No.
$500.
I'm vegetarian.
That is true. But
I have eaten like crickets in the past.
Yeah, that's what.
Too.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. It's like I've popped a lot worse in my gob for a lot less. So I think there should always be a price, you know. Wasn't it so nice to see how nurturing and mothering Cornbread is?
Mm.
Just I really liked to see that side of her. She was like really like so soft and
like doesn't need to be a fuss made out of it. Just okay, I can see you're in problems. I'll do this. You get like do your fingies. Doesn't need to be like a whole palaver.
And imagine how that would feel on like the first day when you're like all together. It's the first time that you're all together in the workroom and you've got a challenge that's like fucking tough. And then like just a friend is like, okay, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. I'm just gonna help you. Be like, you are literally saving my life.
Did you hear about the side tour? I believe it's going to be very much cheaper than the main tour, featuring Diabetica and Willow Pillow.
The queen who will be, from this point on, always known as Diabetica.
Diabolica,
how funny.
How weird was this interaction with June and Orion when she was like, oh, girl, like, I'm glad you're back, but I wish you were gone. I didn't understand, like, if it was like she was doing a bit or she was really just being nasty. Like, the whole thing was so confusing to me. I don't think Orion knew where she stood.
I mean, who knows? But the way I read it is that she was trying to be a bit... I think she feels super insecure. And I think she was trying to be a bit cunty, but she's also just very aware that she's on...
She bailed out on the cuntiness and tried to spin it into... But like,
that she's also that she's on TV. Do you know what I mean? That she was a bit like, well, I'm not really glad you're back, but also, like, sisters. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sort of energy, which, like, honey, just keep the mouth quiet. Like, it's not adding anything to the narrative.
And then poor Orion, the way that just, like, popped out of her mouth about her mum's suicide, I straight gasped, and I really loudly did. And it was so... All these poor little girlies with their mums dying. It's like a pandemic.
Truly. Literally that. I was like, but do you know what? I've got to say it, Luke's. I am crying at these storylines where they're like, my mother, who committed suicide 3 weeks ago, inspired my look this evening. And then it cuts to a crotchless PVC body stocking with titty cutouts. And they're like, do her proud angel. Like, when it cut to the look, I was like, when it's like, it's inspired my look, I was like, what? Like, that's in homage to your mum. Like,
a 1980s
like, yeah, it's so funny. Also, can I just say, just to circle back to Junie J, such weird, like, cunty energy from her as well, to, like, just sort of, like, down-talking Orion, being like, I sent you home, bitch. And then it cut. She's, like, preparing to bring that piece of flaming hot garbage bric-a-brac down the runway.
I really like the phrase bric-a-brac.
Do you?
It's like bric-a-brac.
Yeah, and she's like, she knows what she's got on that dress form, and yet she's still choosing to be cunty on TV in front of America and the world. Madness.
I mean, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But at least she had, at least hers made sense.
Yeah. As soon as Cornbread broke down, I had a little tear. I had an itchy eye, Luke's. An itchy eye.
My boyfriend was actually making a lot of clatter in the other room, so I missed a lot of this.
It's very anti-gay, to be honest.
Yeah, but it seemed like the kind of thing I didn't want to rewind and watch because it seemed very sad.
It was. And I just, like, let's not get too deep into this, but it's just absolutely...
Hang on, let me lighten it up a little bit.
I was going to say, let's not get too deep into this, but how can you let your own... a lightning sound effect. How can you let your own children feel like that? It just blows my mind. Like, you should have to take a test to have children. And they should be like, yeah, okay, you're stable enough and kind enough to have children. Like,
yeah, the fact this really gets my goat all the time.
Not the goat.
The fact that if two queer people or whatever want to get a baby, then it has to be like, prove that you love each other, prove you can provide a home. Like, drunk straight people can just fucking rub fronts and end up with like a litter of like idiots that end up being like malnourished and murderers. And their
child is like, I'm 9 years old and I'm going through a deep mental health crisis, and I don't feel like I'm in the right body, and I am clearly having an awful time. And then the parents are like, do you know what would be best? Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm going to send you to a fat camp as well.
Ugh. I need to make a public statement. Maddie, deeply, deeply, deeply missing something. Personality.
A chromosome.
Personality, but also faggotry. Like, every time it cuts...
I don't call shade, yeah.
No.
Where's your pageantry, girl?
Every time it cuts to, like, the interview, they're literally like, I am making a dress and...
Are you a stoner, girl?
But just, like, I don't think they've ever had someone that has, like, such vanilla, limp personality. And it's like, okay, I feel like you're there because you're straight. And that was a good story.
Oh, you only just got it on.
But just, like, I was really hoping that it was something... Because I quite like their paint. I know they've already been read about the face.
Well, everyone disagrees.
Yeah. But I quite like...
You should have... Sorry to interrupt, but just before I forget, Willem and Alaska absolutely tore Maddie a new one for the flat shoes. Literally 20 minutes of race chaser being like, this is what is wrong with straight America.
Literally.
I can't believe I didn't even notice.
Don't come into our safe spaces in a ballet pump and a white...
What's in a ballet pump? It's the kind of shoes that girls roll up in their bag and they put on at 4 a.m. That's not even a shoe.
That's a kebab shop. That's a kebab shop slipper. And to make it even worse, they had a white trainer sock, cutting themselves off at the ankle underneath the ballet pump. No, and then you have the audacity to lift up your £49 Amazon costume to reveal the ballet slipper. Keep that dirty secret.
Dirty secret.
Dirty secret.
She was there the other night, Vanity.
Was she?
I saw her in the balcony opposite.
There was so many that I didn't even... Tia was like, I saw you early on in the show. It's like, how can you see... is that my eyesight that bad? I could see anyone.
I was looking across, I could see everyone.
Oh, really? Congrats. Should we have a little break?
I actually was thinking, I mean, we could do, but I had penciled it in after the first 2 runways as a more
does that feel like a nicer break?
Mm.
Okay, well, let's talk about the main stage then, and let's talk about your thoughts on this sort of pleated champagne Izzy Miyake number on Rue?
What my thoughts was if anyone else had worn that, Michelle would have gone, "We can't see your shape, girl. Where's your waist?" And I thought, Rich.
Well, exactly. There is truly one rule. Oh, no, that was disgusting.
I don't know who Christine Chu is, but she was a fucking vision.
She is. So there's
a doll.
You've never seen Bling Empire?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's about the incredibly wealthy and affluent Chinese community in Beverly Hills.
Mm.
And she's just like... She's
like Ming Dynasty, but blingy because LA.
Exactly. And she's just like the diva in it. She's the...
So is it like reality, like Housewives?
Yeah. She's the Christine Quinn of it all. From Selling Sunset. The blonde
her with the blondie, with the black wedding dress.
Yeah, with the have you seen the most recent? I haven't actually watched it, but there's like when she's just got like a bag with a rhinestone chair on it. She's like, "Is that your bag?" It's like, it doesn't hold it. It's literally just a chair. She's wearing it as a bag. She's got like a chair strapped around her.
It's fashion, honey. You wouldn't get it.
Literally. But yeah, I love her. So should we talk about this runway then?
Yeah, okay, so first up, we got the Hide and Chic Ball Zebra Print Resort. I was excited for this.
It's very in your wheelhouse. And actually in my wheelhouse as well, I do love zebra print because I would go CBGB route.
For your resort wear?
Yeah, I'd have to.
Cool. So if you're new listeners, normally we say what we would have worn on the runway, but
at this point,
I had enough to deal with. To be honest.
Yeah, after having to go through all 375 runway looks. Maybe we'll just speed through these and just give me the highlights.
Okay, so first of all, question though.
Yeah.
When it's not the bridal, did they bring these along or did they make them?
They must have.
They brought these?
They must have.
Okay. I've basically just got like a comment on each person.
Okay, give me the comment then. Let's do Alyssa Hunter in her zebra print resort.
I don't know what resort she's on that you'd have shorts and goggles on at the same time.
Weird motherfucking shorts.
I gave 6.5.
Okay, 5. Why the fuck have you got, like, why...
So if it's snowing...
The goggles. Yeah, but then you got shorts on, like...
Unless she's going in a very, very wet rainforest.
No,
okay.
Do not make excuses for Alyssa Hunter. Bosco, simple, chic, 7.
I also gave it 7. I like the head spikes, but it getting a bit samey with her now, like a head spike and a bodysuit, and I didn't like the waist.
Yeah.
Fine.
My angel, my baby, Willow Pill.
I'm going to say something right now. I'm never going to rate Willow or Kerry lower than a 7. I don't even care what they're wearing.
Because whatever they're doing, I like the beat.
Yeah. So I'm just putting that out there now.
Yeah.
Top was cool. I gave her 7.
She gave me Samantha from Sex and the City if Samantha was 4 years old.
When she has this more gingery hair. That's
Yeah. There's something about her that feels so East London. There's something about like the way that she puts outfits together and like styles.
Because it's so just the normal everyday person. It's much
but it's also like it's got like an eye to it. Mm-hmm. Like it's not. Oh, CEO, bitch on the runway. Like there's something cunty and just right about it. I gave it a 7, obviously.
Yep. Kerry, a case of pink leg. I don't really love it, but 7.
Still 7.
Yeah.
At your worst, you're better than everyone else.
Yeah. I can't remember also. I guess she had pink legs on and was wearing zebra. That's all we need to know.
Yeah. Cornbread, safari result. I just put niente. 5.
Feels very pedestrian, especially with that hair. I gave it 5.
We'll talk about the hair later.
I didn't want to write this down, but I guess I'm going to say it. I don't see fashion for Cornbread's runways looking forward.
Do you know what?
It's a real shame because you really want her to be the full package, but I don't think she is.
I don't think that she is. I don't think that's what she's going to bring to the party, which is sad because then I'm like, she's all the personality, but are we already seeing a real chink in the armour? I don't know. It's sad because that's not just not the fantasy that I see. Right, now we need to talk real issues. Orion serving the full Heather's fantasy.
If Gigi Good has done anything similar to anything you are ever considering wearing, just stop.
I mean, let's get down to the brass tacks of it. Why have you got a golf club when Heather's is croquet? They're two different sports.
They are.
And
the gays aren't necessarily meant to know these things.
Yeah, they just know that you are holding something.
Sticky balls.
But that it was literally the bare minimum. First of all, American Apparel thigh-high socks, and then you just got a vest on. Like, it's very famously blazers. They're all in blazers. And also, like you said...
No, ladies in golf would wear, like, a little, like...
It's not golf.
Golf
she was like, I'm serving the Heather's fantasy.
Yeah, but if she's holding a golf club, then she's dressed as golf.
Yeah, but
she's trying to give you...
She's trying to give you Heather's, which is like, they're all very famously in exactly what Gigi wore. It was just... I was just literally watching it and being like... The only thing worse than, like, not knowing your references is, like, saying a reference that is wrong. Do you know?
She's
like,
need to give it anything.
Yeah, like... Whatever.
At this point, I was like, I don't know about this category, so I gave it 6 truffles.
I said 5.
Next up, Junie. She said she was giving old Hollywood royalty. She was not, but to be honest...
She was not. That was very Michelle Visage being like, so it wasn't funny at all.
But this was probably one of my favourite ensembles of this little mini runway.
What?
Because it just, at least it made sense. She's like in a full zebra outfit, like
again though,
she's like it made sense in the category. Everyone else was stupid.
Resort though, when I think of resort, I think of like giving you the sort of Jackie Cox 60s, lots of chiffon, lots of like you look like you're on holiday. Why was she in like, she was dressed for like the boardroom. She was in like a 2-piece like, and with like a cape over it. It's like,
I feel like she was trying to
wig.
give more like travel, like glam travel.
It's so, that was so pedestrian for me. I just thought 6.
I gave it a 6 also, but I thought it was like made better than cornbread. So what the fuck are you? If you blathers from Animal Crossing, holler if you understand the reference.
Yeah. Next
ball category, red, white and blue ball, Red Hot Resort.
Oh, okay, we're going to go straight through that. Okay, great. Then first up we have Diabetica serving Baby Doll.
Baby Doll. I liked it so much more when she took off the glasses and I could see her face and the makeup. I kind of liked the wig, but it was so small compared to the dress. I mean, I guess that was the point, but it wasn't for me. 6.
I really liked it. I really, really liked it. I thought it was weird, and I thought it was just... there wasn't a lot of interesting looks, for so many looks.
But again, that weird, sort of creepy baby doll. How is that resort?
I mean, how is any of it resort?
But at least I think feel that you're trying.
I think we all just have very different ideas of like what resort is. I don't mean you, like literally everyone in the competition.
Well, I mean, Angeria goes on to wear baby doll, and I couldn't have been happier.
That's not resort either.
No.
But I thought it was odd and cute, and I gave it 7. Then next up we have Angie serving Diana silhouette.
Stunning, young and free is what I...
The young hearts, they do run free.
Love the little gloves, the face and the hair were just lovely. I gave 8 truffles.
She's so angelic and so delicate and soft, and I just want to... Now, also, I can't... Like, she is the girl from Ants, and I can't see anything else.
No.
But she is just... There's something so elegant about her. I gave it 8. Then next up, we have Deja serving...
Stuff.
I don't know. Serving something.
Pretty nice. I found the mauve hair quite jarring with the red, like 6 truffles.
I gave it 6, and I hate to say it, the only thing I wrote down was, it looks badly made. For a seamstress.
I can't say.
It couldn't be me.
I really don't like it, Kath.
Next up, we have Miss Jasmine Kennedy. I just thought this was gorgeous and silly. I gave it 8. The little crusty claws.
Well, it was a firm no from me, dog. With the lazy pin-up and the floppy victory rolls.
I knew you were going to come for the victory.
Until the lobster claws came out, and then I took it up to a 7, because I did enjoy those, but, like, your pin-up girl look was weak.
It's a bit prawn fingers, you know?
I like the lobster claws.
It's a bit fish smoking out the pants.
I mean, it wishes.
Yeah. Where was that from? When we were basically doing a show, what feels like about 3 years ago, we were just finding references of, like, weird Dadaist, like, surreal... visuals, and where did you find it? We just like all came back with just like picture the prawn fingers, and that
basically someone has
it's that sort of like Dali-esque
prawns on there. You know when you get like those like witch fingers for Halloween, someone's just like stuck prawns down like for the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, you probably could have got it from Prawn.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Didn't that look like our lovely big perm? FYI, we have a big double-stacked chocolate 80s perm for any girlies who might want it for home or even their holidays. Just a thought.
Gorgeous was really giving me nothing. It was just literally any thin girl in a little dress.
Yeah, obviously she looks super cute, but it's not really enough. 6 truffles.
As well, if you're going to call yourself gorgeous, then your thing obviously is being gorgeous. So I'm going to need... That's a given now.
Yeah, we expect
Do you know what I mean?
that.
If you have the audacity to be like, I am gorgeous, then I need something else.
It's funny though, because when you say that name, say it rather than read it, it reads as Gorgeous, and that's not really what you want as a drag queen. Oh, she's very jewelry, that one.
I read it as more, sort of like Jorge. Gorgeous. But...
That's what I mean, when you're reading it, if you say it, it's a bit like, jewelry.
Next up, we have Lady C serving... All I wrote is old Liza.
I quite like this. I like the leg. I liked the puffy sheer sleeves. If it was me, I would have gone a long hair, but I gave it an 8.
What? You are hot. You had a couple of coffee enemas, honey.
Yes, sir.
I just gave it a 6 if it was old. It felt a bit dated to me.
Maddie M, a.k.a. Little Madam.
Let's talk about Miss Madam.
I thought the face was pretty, but the outfit was so meh, and she was dead in the performance.
Do you know what it was? It felt so straight. It looked like an outfit that's a straight person put together.
Although maybe it was in Untucked, because I caught up on them.
You out here doing Untucked?
I was watching it. There's no fights. It's all just cuddle puddles. And
someone said that it was like, bring back the vixen, because we need bitches being called out. Like, why is everyone crying in Untucked? That's why I've never seen it.
But in that, or at some point, they were like, oh, I got red for saying it looked off the rack, but I actually made that, so I'll take it as a compliment.
But, like, it's not like...
You don't need to make that.
Off the rack doesn't mean that it's like, oh, it looks like sort of responsibly sourced, and it doesn't mean...
Well, it looks like it was professionally made by someone else. She's like, well, that's good. I mean, I made it, so I mean...
Just because it's on the rack, it doesn't mean it's well made. Like, it just means that it's cheap and...
It doesn't look homemade.
It looks populist. Do you know what I mean? Like, it looks...
Populist? Oh my God, so mainstream.
It just looks like... It looked like a sort of like Evans jumpsuit. Everything about it was so... And didn't you think it was funny? I mean, obviously we'll get onto this later. That she was like on the runway. She was just like, I don't have a style eye. It was like, it feels like quite a big thing to say. Like, oh, I don't have any style. It's like, yeah, you're straight. Obviously you don't. Like, that's a given. But I gave it a 6.
I gave it 5.5.
I'll go 5 then.
All right. Now, shall we take a break?
Let's take a break. Let's break up some of this runway.
Why do I do that every week?
Every time.
Salt and vinegar, tits and teeth, come everywhere. Some things just go together, nothing more so than hairy balls. And you've had your fill of balls this week, so it's about time to stock up on some hair, I reckon.
That's right. Head over to www.trufflepigwigs.co.uk for all your hairy needs.
We are back with the hide and chic ball. We are in leopard evening wear, and we have Alyssa Hunter first up.
How do you feel about leopard print?
Love it.
As a concept, as a lifestyle?
I like any animal print.
Same. All of them.
Do
you know what I love? Cow print. It's hot.
I've got cow print trousers.
Yeah, I know. Do you remember when we did that job for ASOS and we were in full cow print?
E4, the job was for.
E4, sorry. What did I just say? Channel 4.
ASOS,
sure. Oh, we were in kindly dressed by ASOS.
I just wrote, yep. Very the Cubist movement. It's crazy, sexy, cool. Crazy how sexy she is, and I'm cool with that. 8.5 truffles.
8.5?
At this point, this was the first exciting thing I'd seen, I think. So
Sculptural, loved the hat. Gave it a 7, though. Then, next up, we have Bosco in a formal culotte. How formal do you feel a culotte is? Because I don't.
But I do feel that she made it more formal. But I'm not sure it was a full culotte, though.
No.
Because I feel like a culotte, it's got to trick you at least once. Is that a skirt? Oh, no, it's pants.
And where's the pedal pusher cut off? Like, pedal pusher's a tight one, right?
Well, pedal push...
I don't really know the world of sort of the cropped trouser.
I don't think a culotte has to be cropped.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Then, next up...
Wow, is that it? Okay, I enjoyed it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said...
It's a silhouette I enjoy. I gave it 7.5 truffles.
Okay.
You didn't rate it?
7.
Okay.
Next up, we have Her Royal Highness Willow Pill in a lovely Christy Turlington reference, as seen later, very famously, on Penelope Cruz. How do you feel about the dolls reenacting like fashion moments that are very recognisable?
I think I'm up for it.
Yeah, as long as it's done well.
Yeah. I just thought, gorgeous face. Love the Anna Nicole, Pammy updo. Love the knockoff Chanel. I gave it 7.5.
It felt a bit more Versace than Versace, if I'm honest. It did look a bit...
But that's because it was on the black leopard print fabric rather than just plain black, probably.
The hardware of it felt a bit like that like classic sort of Versace, like...
With Chanel.
It's Versace.
It's Chanel.
It's Versace.
I saw a picture, because I wrote Versace before, and then I saw a picture of her with the Penelope Cruz, and it said Chanel.
Christy Turlington. It's 100%.
I saw a picture of Willow Pill in the dress,
like
exactly the same,
Chanel?
and it says Chanel.
Where did you see it?
On the internet.
On the Tinterwebs.
Check it out, it's cool.
Did you see this from a very reputable... I mean, I believe you, but...
You don't, though, do you? Not at all.
Well, no, I just believe that maybe they've got it wrong. But, I mean, I'm thinking about it now, like, it could be Chanel, it could be Lacroix, I've just always, I can see the picture of Penelope Cruz in it, and just, the gold hardware of it, I've always assumed there was...
Then think of Linda in all the Chanel.
Yeah, but they always use their monogram, they always use their logo on the buttons.
It's all right, it'll be fun when he realises I'm right.
Or when you... I mean, it's Chanel.
Thank you!
How weird.
I'd like to thank God. Thank you.
And also, as well, weirdly, when you type in Versace Christy Turlington, it's the first thing that comes up, but then underneath it says Chanel. Weird. But yeah, I eat crow. I don't know why you would be eating crow. I don't know what that means, but I'll be eating. Interesting.
How many did you give?
I gave it a 7 because I don't actually love when they recreate moments that are so iconic. Iconic Versace moments. But yeah, sure.
Kerry Colby. Hilary Banks could never.
That cunty little suit.
I am obsessed with this. From the spinning hat, obviously, to her face, the glasses, the fabric, the presence of the bag. I gave it 9 truffles.
I gave it 9 also. You know, I don't love a peplum. It's a bit too after work drinks with the girls. But
that's like a modern peplum. I feel like if you think of its beginnings.
Yeah, it's humble beginnings. But I still gave it a 9 because it was everything. And I loved the colour of the leopard print.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, just absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Then next up we have the fashion killer herself. It's Ms. Jetté, Lady Corn.
I don't like dresses that are like sort of lady versions of male outfits. This looked like it was kind of like a dress version of a suit, and a bit like ringmastery and
bit too pink circus tour.
Don't let me get me. I gave it a 6.
I
feel like I want to give it a 5.
I just put weird styling. This ain't for me.
Unmarkable.
Yeah, I put 6.
Orion Story.
Yes, let's talk. There's something about Orion, and it's actually very, they, in their head, they think they're doing what Crystal Method does. You know, Crystal Method has that, because they've got, a real styling and fashion eye, that when they layer, and they're, layering accessories, and they're, they're pattern clashing and all of that.
God, I loved Crystal's, layered fashion moment.
Do you know what I mean? But they have the fashion eye that they get it. When you look at Iris Apfel, you're not like, wow, bitch, take something off. It's because it works, and you need that eye. And I think that Orion...
It's not about patterns, it's about the colours. If
texture.
The colours go, then the pattern doesn't matter, apparently.
Exactly.
That's what I found out watching Love, Lust, Run, which is an outrageous Prime knockoff of Snog, Marry, Avoid, which I spent 5 hours watching on Friday night.
But at least you learnt something.
I did.
It was didactic.
Actually, one of them made me sob a little bit.
That's very weird.
I know, because it was this white woman who had locks. Funny. We call them WMDs, white man dreads. And basically, she had like 3 children, and basically all the money went to the children having clothes. So she lived off their hand-me-downs. So, and they were like 2, 4, and 7. So she was basically wearing children's clothes and looked mental. And then they basically chopped her locks off, gave her like just short hair. And
the real gift is chopping the locks off.
Well, yeah, then she was like, looking at herself in the mirror for ages, and the host was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "You've changed my life." And I was just like, oh, but they fucking have, bitch.
What do you mean the gays, not the gays?
And also as well, like, actually, having locks as a person who maybe doesn't have access to running water, or even though culturally completely unforgivable, it's actually probably quite a smart way to be like, well, I don't need to wash my hair all the time.
She has access to running water.
She was living in poverty, no?
No, she just she was made herself the lowest priority, so her 3 kids would have like nice new clothes, and then she would just like live off their hand.
Nice new clothes, so they were all really well dressed.
Not well, just like they weren't like fucking povo.
Sure.
They're just like in normal clothes, but then a 7-year-old's normal dress that's ridiculous on a woman.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But in maybe not this specific person, but actually in hindsight, quite a fantastic choice. If you're someone that doesn't want to shower all the time, you could be yeah.
But in the 90s, Mark Owen very controversially stopped washing his hair because after a while it would self-clean. And actually I think his actually did start matting into mini locks. But surely, like,
tell us,
animals don't need to wash. Like, I'm sure our bodies, our skin and hair would self-clean if we gave it a chance. We wouldn't just be out here like grease balls, would we?
One of my skincare people that I frequent on YouTube, she's like, ideally, you should only wash your body skin once a week. She's like, ideally, like for premium like skin health, you should let it like not clean itself, but like you should let. With our face, we are subjected, because we're not wearing clothes on our face, we're subjected to so much pollution and like free radicals and stuff that's why you need to be like washing your face all the time.
The term free radicals cracks me up so much. They sound like a bunch of hippies.
But she was saying like with your body, like you're covered up as long as you're wearing clean clothes, you're covered up all day, and like the abrasion of your skin, like on just the day-to-day of your clothes rather than against it, like gets rid of the dead skin and the dead cells. So she was like, so you shouldn't be like showering every day with shower gel and stuff because it's not good for it. So you should just be doing your pits and bits, a little horse bath in the sink.
That's literally me, honey.
Do you do a little?
Well,
little
we've
swab?
got the B-day. It's got the lady attachment.
Oh, so that's doing your front and back.
I give me minge a blast every day, whether I've had a wash or not.
After your boyfriend's given it.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go.
Cute. But let's talk runway.
A Ryan story.
Yeah. I was just saying that they are trying to do that thing of like multi-layering with accessories and stuff, but like they don't have an editing eye, and it just
Is she just wearing a dress?
I always think it looks just like
where are the layers?
It's not. Sorry, it wasn't the accessories on this one, but like they're just add and add and add, and it's always a bit confused. It always looks a bit messy, and I don't really get like the fashion narrative of it. That's IMO.
Yeah, it just kind of looked like she was doing a Halloween as kind of like a Jersey Lara Croft or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the vibe, but she was not selling it to me.
No,
I gave it 7 truffles because I could probably get into it if I was wearing it myself, but not really.
I am sort of perpetually not that interested in the story that is Orion, unfortunately. I gave it 6.
Judy J.
Next up, we have Stumbelina herself serving
Season 4 Jiggly Caliente.
Putting the lame in LeMay. Like, go. I things like this just annoy me. I'm like, so you've never worn it. Someone made it for you.
Yeah.
And then you've tried it on in front of a mirror, standing up, and you've never, like... You could have literally got a safety pin. Also, as well, you would have had to walk from the workroom to the stage and realise that it's all going under your feet. Bring a fucking safety pin with you. Like, what?
I don't know.
Just makes no sense whatsoever. And then also with that weird wig. Literal jiggly.
Yeah, it's very jiggly in the boat challenge.
Yeah, call her jiggly.
My main 2 thoughts were just too much fabric, not enough hair. I gave it a 5.5.
I gave it 5, but I could take it down to a 4. Don't make me.
All right. Next up, the red, white and blue ball evening wear. Why it got to be white?
The white party.
Diabetes, I thought hair and makeup were lovely. I loved the vibe. It was reminding me of a kind of like negative version of Isabella Rossellini
in Death Becomes Her. That's what I wrote, bitch.
Shut up. I just wish it could have fitted a little better.
Yeah.
And then I went off on a thing thinking, why can't we say it fat better instead of fitted, like sat? You don't say I sitted. Why can't it fat better?
It was giving me sort of like Amish Countess from American Horror Story, which I kind of liked. I just thought it all felt sculptural. It felt interesting. When she came out, I was like, oh, a look. But it's not
really evening wear.
It's not radical. It's not like. I gave it an 8.
I gave it 7.
Okay.
And you obsessed with this nail entrance, always providing your own SFX. Hitting us with the sneak attack. We thought it was going to be a dress. It was a jumpsuit. She had us going.
First and foremost, this is a fucking ugly outfit.
I actually really... It's such a dated, like...
It looks like she was about to do, like...
look.
Yeah.
Very Alexis Mateo, the mohawk.
It looks like she was about to, like press play on her MP3, on her CD player to do a Sasha Fierce megamix. Like, so dated. But... I don't care what the fuck you're wearing. You give me that pageant presentation, sell the woman, I'm eating it up. Give me a spoon.
Yeah, 7 truffles.
7.
I think I'm never going to go below 7 for
7, I wouldn't. I love her.
Disrespectful.
I love her. And I love when it cuts as well to the talking head. And you're just like, she's that little country bumpkin. Like, I honestly obsessed with her.
The bit, I guess we've gone past it already because that's the makeup bit. When, like the sort of interaction between her and Lady C. Like, I thought she was being serious. Like, are you going to fucking take the piss out of my mum?
Yeah.
I was thinking if I was in the workroom, I'd so need Angie to love me. I'd so need to be like, this is my best friend.
Yeah. 100%. Next up, we have your mate, Deja.
Deja's guy.
All I wrote is chic and boring.
I thought... her face, she looks pretty nice. I enjoyed the black tinsel wig. I would actually like one for myself if they still exist, because I know that due to Kylie's unique love on All Stars, there has been a major tinsel wig shortage. And then I started thinking about that, and I gave it 6 truffles.
Same. Next up, we have Little Miss Ice Skater Mateo. Weird, cheap looking. I gave it 5.
Is cocktail considered evening wear? Because I was led to believe cocktail was like an above-the-knee kind of party dress. Evening would be more formal, probably full-length attire.
This is the thing. If you are going to stipulate things like that, like if you're like, oh, it's black tie, like there are actual rules to like formal wear. Do you know what I mean? Like cocktail, like you just said. Cocktail is very different to evening wear. And like evening wear isn't just like any time that you're out at night. Do you know what I mean? It's like evening wear is a specific formal attire.
Like, I'm wearing joggers at night.
Yeah. So a lot of this, like you said, like it didn't hit at all. And I felt actually with this runway, and this might be something to do with production of them being like, oh, bring an outfit for going out, and then like the wording of it has changed, so they haven't really got the right thing.
But I felt like do that, don't they?
I felt like a lot of people were bringing outfits that they have already worn out to the bar and just making it fit.
Yeah. But not making it fashion.
No, and I just thought it was not for me. 5.
I thought, sure, it's nude and sparkly and fluffy. It's like all the things I like. The hair was nice and rich and wavy, but it's just not exciting. I gave it a 6.
Next up, we have put in the bows in L bows.
I just wrote lovely 90s supermodel, 8 truffles.
Okay. Chic, 7. And then next up we have Lady C, who, as you would have noticed, don't know Camden in Lady C.
I only wrote this.
I really don't like it, Kath.
And I gave it a 5.
You sit ditto. Yeah, 5. And then next up we have Maddie Morphosis serving Ye Oldie Moonhead.
I mean, like, the idea is cute. It just could have been executed so much better. Like, give us some gold lining in the cape. Do you know what she reminded me of?
What?
A little squid. You know how they like use their like little fins as like arms, and they look like little flying tubes. That's just giving me squid.
It just lacks so much finesse, and it comes down really to the fact that they've got no style, and that is like.
But that could have been epic.
Signifying that they just don't have what they need to be on this show. And I know that sounds such a nasty thing to say, but like they don't have the personality, and then they're also like, oh, I don't have any style either.
And it's like you're using like big round sequins. Like, this is really like a beading level now. I don't see this like these like sort of applique gold crafty kids stars.
It's like just because it just felt like really like shit. I know it's like such a useless comment, but like it just like there was just like nothing to it, and it was like, okay, so clearly you've seen someone with this like moon headdress and you're like copying it because it's obviously been done before, but it's just done at such like a basic level. I don't know, it wasn't for me.
I gave it a 6 because I almost liked the beat, but it was just not there.
No, there was no beat for me.
Hide and chic animal print bridal couture.
Oh, the oxymoron of it all. The oxymoron of it all. There is no bridal couture with animal print on. First of all, bridal couture, you have to be in the wheelhouse of light colours. I know, obviously...
Talk to your mate in Sunsets.
Well, exactly.
Talk to your mate Paula Radcliffe, Paula Yates.
Talk to your mate Dita Von Teese, who famously got married in purple Vivienne Westwood. But there are rules and they're meant to be broken. But if we're talking about bridal couture, you're going to need to be white, you're going to need to be ivory, you're going to need to be cream or something to be bridal couture. And I don't know. This just didn't. There was literally none of them that hit. For you, was there? I lied.
Some definitely hit more than others. I thought Alyssa Hunter she looked at least like she was at a wedding.
Jane?
Huh?
Jungle Jane. Oh my God,
Alyssa
Hunter. Yeah, but she was serving like Jungle Jane, wasn't she?
Ish.
Can I just say, Alyssa Hunter, that wig, that colour, heaven. Oh my God, it was so gorgeous. Like, just that sort of like, it's not like fiery orange. It's like sort of like just like something so rich about it. God, I just loved it.
Kind of like Rue often wears as well.
Yeah, I gave that 7.
Yeah, I really liked the bouquet. I really thought the leather veil was cute, and there's sort of spikes on the head thing. I gave it 7.
Yeah. Then next up we have Bosco, and I can't decide whether, I think you might not like this, but I actually did quite like it. It's so similar to her first one, but I just thought there's something about it that feels sleek. And I like that sort of like when you take a vintage silhouette and it has a vintage feel, but it still feels quite modern. I give it 8.
I really didn't like it. It's weird though, because I felt like I didn't like the mix of the different types of animal print with the red, which is ridiculous because all the animal print, and I love red with black and white. But like it just didn't look bridal at all to me. It just looked like she'd literally got like a couple of bits of material and then like slapped a bit of red on it. I thought it was a bit shit. I gave it a 5.5.
Okay. Then next up we have Willow Pill serving corporate lesbian. I just wrote hot. 7.
I very much enjoyed the metallic leopard print fabric.
Yeah.
Very much. 7. But really, really didn't get, like, people went off for that.
Really?
The jumpsuit, the thing.
No, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone online going crazy for it.
Well, I mean, like RuPaul and the judges.
Yeah, but RuPaul has severe mental health issues this episode. I don't know what had come over them. They literally like...
Kerry Colby.
Right, there's a paper bag to the side of you there if you just had to breathe in it while we talk about this. I thought I was going to have to be put on life support when I saw her face. The
first time it was OMFG, her face.
When she came out and I just saw that paint and just like the like central spotlight on her, I was literally just like, I paused it and I was like, oh my God.
Although I paused it at one point and I had to take a photo because it's like her doing a really ugly face. It's just like, how's Kerry Colby an ugly face? But she is the model essence Fantasy, giving it to you.
Fantasy, can you believe?
So I can't believe no one has come up with that before.
I know. Well, I mean...
Maybe they have.
Yeah.
But no one we've seen on Drag Race. So beautiful. I loved the headscarf on her.
Yeah.
At this point, though, I'm starting to realise that only Alyssa so far has actually looked bridal in any way. But I gave her 7.5.
So I gave it 9. I just thought she looked absolutely gorgeous. And then next up, we have Cornbread serving Anna Condon.
I just thought she looks like she's a guest at someone else's wedding. There's nothing luxe about this for me. Sorry.
It was patchy at best. And the material really like didn't complement the construction as well. I feel like she was trying to create a construction that needed like weight and like it was a really limp material, and she was trying to create like a sort of like panniers and stuff, and it was just like it just looked real fucking ropily made, didn't it? I gave it a 5 or so.
And then Orion Story.
Do you want to talk about them weird wide boob cups?
Mental.
In homage to his mum.
Sorry, how hard is it to make a wedding dress? What's her name who makes all the dresses?
Vera Wang?
Yeah, like we need to get her on the phone because this is ridiculous now. Like, is it really that hard?
Yeah, famously impossible.
But is it like a pencil dress?
Well, most wedding dresses, the thing that's really difficult about wedding dress is you can't really... With any other dress, you can probably like break it up, but most wedding dresses are like draped. Well, you first of all use like a really fucking heavy material, so they're really difficult to do anyway because they need to feel luxe and rich. But you don't have sections of it. You wouldn't have like different panels.
But can't these bitches realise that they're usually full length for one thing?
I mean, let it hit the floor. Gosh, why are you fucking scared of the floor?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, let the bodies hit the floor. Like, it is, yeah, absolute. It's a nightmare.
I like this as just like a trashy character. I don't like it as bridal couture.
No.
I gave it 6.
And also, so let's not shy away from the fact that it's couture.
Yeah.
Like, that means something. A couturier means... It's not just a funny little word that they throw in. It's like, it needs to be like haute couture.
But that's impossible for these fools to...
How dare you? Some people have come down and it's been like, that's fucking couture.
I'll say these fools.
Oh, well, of course. I gave it 6. And I feel like even that was a bit...
Next up, we've got June Jambalaya. And I was actually so relieved when this came out because on the dress form, I was like, obviously, ridiculous. But out of everyone, apart from maybe Alyssa, I can believe that she's going to a wedding. She's going to like a barefoot wedding in the jungle, but I believe her that she is a bride in some reality.
What?
She had like leaves and the like accessories made it look like she's a jungle bride. So if the category is looking like you're getting married, I gave it a 7.
Never before has someone come down the runway and hidden their entire dress and held it so rigidly because they know that what they are serving underneath is flaming hot garbage.
But she looked more like she was getting married than fucking
I don't. If someone turned up to my wedding dressed in that, I would have to send them home. Like, what? It was... She literally had sewed a tube...
I know what she did.
And then it wasn't even attached to the dress. Just she draped 2 different colour bits of things over her shoulders, and then she held flowers over it because she knew it was so awful.
Yeah, but she looked like she was getting married.
I gave her 4. It was bad. Bad.
I mean,
and also, what were you doing with your time as well? That's what I don't get. Like, you had like at least a full working day, and you put it on a dress form.
She's a stylist.
She's she's an architect.
She's just
a
working
style
with
architect.
the styling of it all.
But then you sewed. You took your sewing machine and did one hem because it was a tube dress. There was no structure to it whatsoever. You saw later on in the lip sync. So you didn't even like elasticate the top or anything. There was no undergarment that you attached it to. She did one seam down it and then draped something over the shoulders, and you had a full day. I mean, the maths ain't mathing, honey. What were you doing the whole time?
Catch up on maths.
Yeah.
That's what to start a new season.
True.
Finally, the final category of the night, we have red, white, and blue ball bridal couture.
Yes.
Diabetes. I like this. It's nice to see some colour after all this fucking animal
Thank you.
print.
It was camp. It was lurid. I loved the scalloped gloves.
Totally getting the 80s vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I liked the beat.
Just the beat.
I gave it a 7.5.
I gave it 8. I really liked it. I thought it was super campy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Angie. I literally went, wow, Angie.
We're Fangerias, so...
Oh, what an actual angel. It looks like she should be in a Pierre Gilles picture. And in fact, then I went off on one because I was like, she reminds me of someone. Do you know the one I mean? I've got it here.
She gives me a little... This is a wild thing. She gives me a little Pat Cleveland. There's something about her. I think it's the elegance of the...
Her name is... The model's name is Farida Khalifa.
No, I don't know her. Farida Khalifa. Is she...
Not Khalifa. Khalfa. Apparently she was like a 80s style icon, and I know her from this image where I think she looks very much like Angie.
Oh, yeah. I do know. I recognise the face. Farida Khalfa.
Yeah.
Yes, I do actually know the face. And French Algerian. my God, she's so gorgeous, isn't she? So unfortunately, I did think this really lacked style. It was serving very much
Confederate flag, I thought. Because of the crisscross,
rough girl, rough.
those things, and the thing, I literally looked at it and I thought she was initially wearing the dress made out of the flag.
It was serving very much like Fausto Puglisi, you know, that sort of like, you know, like...
We don't know what these words are.
You know, like Bella Hadid, he's the creative director. He had his own namesake label, but he's now the creative director of Cavalli, I think. But like he, you know, the sort of Moschino thing that Bella wore to the Met Gala when she was like covered in... She had like a black dress on and then black gloves with just like bracelets the whole way down, just sort of like silver with gemstones. Very like... that real tacky Italian, like loads of jewellery. No. That sort of thing. Okay. But I quite liked that she'd clearly, I think she'd taken them individual jewels and that stoned the top herself. But it was like very uncool.
I gave her a 9. I thought she looked gorgeous.
But I love her. And it was like, it's one of them things, again, it's like with her I Am Sasha Fierce tour outfit. It's like the style and the taste level, absolutely not. But if you sell it, I'll buy it. She was selling. I gave it a 7 because I like the beat. I really hate to do this to her because I feel like I haven't said one nice thing about her.
Kelly Andrews is going to be coming
this whole time. Oh my God, true. Miss Kelly Andrews, we apologise in advance.
That one was for you, Kel.
That one was. But Deja, this outfit, all I've written is bad workmanship.
Oh, God, you're really coming for her.
I really am. Well, I just think it's the same as going into the same going into that singing challenge and being like, I am actually a professional singer. Like, you didn't need to hot up your spot like that. Do you know what I mean?
I thought her hair and makeup looked very nice on her.
Okay.
I was into the one big puffy sleeve.
Really?
Just for a statement.
And, just to be nice.
I gave it 6.5 truffles.
Ooh. I gave it 6. I just thought that the first and last outfit, there was like, it didn't look like it fit her properly. And I don't know whether, then I was thinking maybe it's something to do with the way she pads.
I think her pads are a little crazy. They're very...
Yeah, maybe that's it then. Like, there was just something about the way that it came together when she was when I saw from the side.
She needs to speak to who I saw she posted, Victoria Scone's pad lady, because...
Oh, she needs to just speak to Victoria Scone in general about proportionising and creating the perfect hourglass figure.
Jasmine Kennedy.
Serving Evel Knievel.
I didn't like it. I know it's red, white and blue, but this was like way too patriotic for me with that massive...
Oh, no, Evel Knievel, sorry, I'm jumping the gun, was gorgeous.
I mean, they're all Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
Red, white and blue. With that like massive like shoulder fascinator in like the Star Spangled Banner.
Miss Rhode Island.
And then like the lace on the dress was like a different blue to the like...
Oh, she's a bugger for detail, isn't she?
It's just like, why are you wearing dusty blue with like primary colours? And then, no.
Why are you wearing dusty blue?
I gave it 5, but I could give it a 4 probably.
Oh, wow, real low, real coming from the JK.
As soon as it came, I was like, I don't like it.
But you didn't say JK.
Exactly.
I give it a 7. I thought it was fine. Next up, we have Miss Evel Knievel herself. I didn't think this was exciting. I really want to love Georges because when it cuts to her little talking head and she's just that cute little angel.
I just thought, what an absolute joker. She's been told the category's bridal and she's decided to just disregard that information and just make a sexy, cute dress.
I just think that I'm a bit worried that she doesn't really have anything more to show apart from just cute, sexy Latina. Like Fish Latina, really nice to meet you. You know,
I mean, I enjoy it.
I do enjoy it, but it's just going to get to a point when it's like, and ... what else? Because historically we do love our Latin divas, but if you think about what Valentina is giving you in terms of Latin diva, compared to...
I forgot that Valentina existed for even half a second.
Compared to like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you think about what Valentina is serving in terms of Latin diva in like just a very simple dress.
But why is
compared to the Georges?
The girls that are born in certain areas?
Because she said I am a Latin diva and that's...
Yeah, but it's like, you don't need to compare her to just any other Latin divas.
It's just literally that is what... Valentina was always like, I am the number one Latin diva. And so to come in and say that exact thing is just, I feel like
Well,
she's
the number
creating the
one
comparison.
dancing diva, young.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I gave her a 6.5.
Okay.
You? Any thoughts?
I gave it 6 also. It's clean, it's simple, it's whatever.
Lady C.
Too busy.
I liked her in that hair. I thought though she looked more like a Miss World contestant than a bride, but I quite liked the dress looked a bit like spray painted on almost. I quite liked that.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know whether she made that, whether she like hand painted or whatever, like made that, sprayed it. But it was a bit too busy for me, and I didn't like the sort of like weird barbed wire Christmas decoration.
I gave it a 7 though because I thought she looked good.
I gave it a 6.
Yeah.
And then last up, to finish this marathon that has been going through every single look, we have Lil Pound Cake.
Maddie, Little Madam Morphosis.
Yeah.
I at least got bridal from it, but maybe that was the bouquet and the walk. Fine. It's better than some other things we've seen. I guess I gave it like a 6. It's just like the tube and a thing.
It was George O'Dowdy.
But she did say either at some point that she had like a whole other skirt made that didn't work, so she had to finish that other skirt very quickly.
Well, the skirt was actually the best thing about it, I thought. The fucking mumsy little neckline on the girl. Could you believe? Like, literal, like, weird, like, circle neckline and them chonky straps. Honey, it's the taste level. Treat yourself.
More slutty.
Yeah, treat yourself and get a sketty strap. Like, it's just so... it's just the taste level. So dowdy.
Did you give it a score?
I gave it 5.
I gave it a 6. So, did you manage to tally your things, and have you got, like, a tops and bottoms?
No.
Should I tell you what mine are?
I really wish you would, yeah.
So my top in order were Angie,
of course,
Kerry,
yeah,
and then Alyssa. Weirdly,
I think Alyssa did quite well. Like,
and then my bottom
apart
three,
from the shorts, badly.
The very bottom was Cornbread.
Oh.
Then Maddie, and then Jasmine.
Okay, I can tell you quickly who. I mean, obviously, this is in a surprise to no one. My number one top is Kerry because I just felt she was the most sort of like consecutive with the looks. I thought, personally. And also my other top one was... who is this? Bosco. So Bosco and Kerry were my tops. And again, no surprise to anyone, my bottoms were Maddie, obviously. And the only other person that I gave a 4 to...
My girl Cornbread.
No, June Jambalaya.
Junie, yeah.
But let's talk Zinger and Minger. The Zinger, for me... It was Alyssa Hunter's gorgeous wig, and it was like the styling and the colour of it on her skin tone was actual heaviana.
I went Willow's Evening dark burgundy updo.
Really? A little rooted number. Okay, and what about the
rooted?
Yeah, it was like it was a rooted. It's nice. A rootin' wig. Let's talk Minger. What was your Mings?
It's got to be June's zebra hair.
Oh my god, that little flat Webster boy in the bag.
I don't doubt it was Webster.
It just looked, them. They have them wigs. They're like sort of like very angled bob wigs. My Minger was Cornbread's flat little hot press. Honey.
From the beginning?
Yeah, the first one. It was just like, it was so close and it was so wet. Like, no. And then we go into the critiques. I really got Marvin Gaye vibes. Huh?
They did explain it.
They did?
Yeah.
I was just
it's like, because like, what's going on or something.
Yeah. Oh no, she's like, because I want to get it on.
Oh,
but like,
sure.
What?
I think what's going on is
tenuous, honey, tenuous.
So the safe queens we have initially are Alyssa, Bosco, Kerry, Cornbread, Deja, Jasmine, and Lady C. I mean, there's a lot I've got to say about that.
We got our first You're Born for Drag. They have been blessed by the...
Is this the new thing? It's like the handshake in Bake Off now.
Yeah.
What coffee do they get out there? Because
heroin.
I want what she's having.
Same. RuPaul seemed like he was taunting Maddie, being like, it was like, how uncomfortable can I make this poor heterosexual man? Like, which I was very into, but it just felt weird. The whole, I mean, it's at
like,
one point,
you're gonna like get on my show dressed as a woman. Like, you need to show that you can sell me sex or at least something.
The coffee joke was being ridden till the wheels fell off, wasn't it? It was just like,
enema.
Yeah, just like, what is going on?
Maybe they're like, we'll throw them all in, we'll cut out cut out a few and then they forgot to cut them out.
I wonder why he was being so nuts. Like, it was so uncomfortable, no?
I think maybe just people have enjoyed his more carefree attitude on
crazy
rock.
kooky wacky side.
So maybe he's trying to bring that to the American ones.
Okay.
So Willow Pill is our winner.
Yeah.
I love how much everyone in the background was cheering for her. Did you hear?
Oh,
yes, Willow!
I just want to squeeze her till... Oh, I just want to squeeze her till her little lungs give out.
I would die for her.
Yeah, 100%. Literally, like, the first time I saw her, I was like, but I love her.
Yes, I guess I was about to get ahead of myself to talk about next week.
Can I just quickly say, Angeria in black hair, absolutely gorgeous.
That hair on her, that was
absolutely
almost me top wig.
Stunning.
So nice.
Stunning.
So
it's like when Beyonce wears a black wig, she does it like every so often, Dreamgirls. Heaven!
So Georges, Angie and Orion are also safe now, which means June and Maddie are lip-syncing. I can't wait to see how this turns out, because I thought, honey, it would be a walk in the park, or a dog walk, as they say.
Yeah.
What? Very surprising. Okay, let's just get on to it. The Kylie lip sync. Did you know the song?
No, I did not. Well, I wouldn't know the words, but I've heard it before.
What was last week's song? Has there been 3 in a row now? Oh, no, it's Falling. But I didn't know that first Lizzo one. Apparently that's an album track.
Ooh, okay. A lot of gazing and reaching for the first minute. I thought, girls, I know you probably want to get the arm workouts in, but like, too much reaching.
There is... Fine, be a professional dancer, but you're not going to go very far if you have no concept of, like...
Sorry, who's the professional dancer?
Junie, isn't she?
She's a professional stylist, as you well know.
But from her talent, she was saying she's a dancer. Anyway, like, at some point, you need to understand, like, professional, like, stage etiquette and manners. Have I written an entire paragraph about this? Literally, this is before the shoes came off. I'm already, like, bitches need to stop leaving your massive capes. I'm talking to you, Deja. Like, don't leave your shit on the floor. You can really clock what kind of housemate they'd be. Like, this is communal space, honey. Like, why are you kicking off all of your literal bric-a-brac, your trash, and just leaving it lying around? It is so rude. Like, you are sharing a stage with someone. And then when it's like Maddie's walking backwards and like, I don't know how she didn't fall over. No. Like, over your shoes. And your shoes are on the fucking floor. Yeah, and it's, like, dangerous as well. Like, if you slip over, you could, like, she's in heels. You could turn your heel. Like, imagine you could literally fall weird on your neck and die. Yeah, like, imagine if you look, we're getting amped up, aren't we? I nearly wrote in capital letters. Yeah, as a burlesque dancer, like, you need to make sure every fucking, like, you are dashing those stockings. Like, get everything as far away from you as possible, because you don't want a pheromone. Like, I've tripped on my shit bare times. Like, it's scary. And especially tripping on someone else's shit, that would... Fumes. I couldn't. Absolute fumes. When the brassiere and the pads were popping, I was like, you need to get it together stat. And let's just call out the elephant in the room. B, you and Maggie have all been like... On the group chat at the same time. Who is this drunken auntie careering around the room like at a wedding? Like, what is going on? Like, where are your shoes? Why is your bra hanging out? Like, what are you wearing? She looked like she'd had too many rum and cokes, and she was like, it wasn't, let's call it what it was. She was not doing a lip sync. She was not lip syncing for her life. She was like, desperate. It wasn't even front focused. There was like at least like 50% of it. She was just like sort of like, just like facing the back and stuff, just like literally going mental. It's just like, you're not, there was a point when like, it was the chorus or something, and she kicked her shoes off and started doing her little 8 count. And it was like, you're not even lip syncing. You're supposed to be selling the emotion and narrative of this song, but for some reason you're doing bad pirouettes and fan kicks at the back. Like, what? Like, I wasn't happy with how Maddie was doing it, but at least the bitch was fucking giving it a go. She was trying to like be Kylie. She was a competitor. Yeah, she was like at least trying to get it done. And like, it was awkward. But... Maddie didn't win the lip sync, but June definitely lost. Yeah. I don't think any of us won, really, by watching that. I instantly forgot about the golden ticket, though, so that was a quick excitement at the end. I mean, are we going to talk about your straight friend from Jersey Shore at one point was fist pumping to Kylie Minogue? When it cut to June in that tube sock and that pastor's wife little boot scoot, she was giving Crossy. I'm sorry. It was like such a weird little, like, I don't like that for her. To me, it was very... what's her name? Like June Sugar Brown or something. Like, hide your kids, hide your wives.
Sure.
Very just like crazy woman on the street that would do a talking head.
Pushing around a trolley full of like bags for life that just have loads of out-of-date bread
empty
in them.
sticks.
Yeah.
Do you think June is going to give up drag now out of embarrassment from being sent home by a
Can
sachet?
you imagine going back to your home bar and being like, I was beaten on a disco lip sync of Kylie Minogue by a straight person? I think I'd have to become a mole person, bury myself underground and never come out again.
Should I give one of them?
Please. But can you, again, like, first of all, there is literally nothing interesting about wig reveals. Like, they're so boring now.
Unless it's like, surprise us. It's not surprising to have another wig under a wig now. Like,
no.
Make it be crazy.
The thing is, we got up until, Roxy was All Stars 2, which was probably around about season 8. Is that right? Season 8, season 9.
Just seeing that, I can just picture it in my mind. They like slightly slow it down, just as she whips it off, and it is literally like, oh.
We got through like 9 series of Drag Race before anyone flipped a wig, and now people are like, fuck, I've got to do a lip sync. I'll make sure that I flip a wig. It's like so boring and so like, and what I don't get is it's bad enough. You know, the cardinal sin is to go, hi, here's one 613 blonde into another 613 blonde. So it's just it's like you've had a very quick haircut. Like, that's not interesting. But
unless you've got like 8 of them and they get smaller and smaller throughout the thing.
Like a Russian doll fantasy. Yeah. But the number one cardinal sin is going from one ugly wig to another. And when she pulled out that little, it was like a sort of like Victorian chimney sweeps little haircut. Like, it was like it wasn't
squirrel.
Yeah, it wasn't like sleek. It wasn't like well cut. It was just like sort of like short boy hair. So that's why, like, when it cut her at the end and she had them sort of like her bra hanging out and it was just like, you've gone from like being beautiful to you look like baby's first time in drag.
Oh. Yeah, it looks so like coarse.
Yeah.
Soft, like a badger's hair, like those.
We don't want that for you.
When I bought the cheapest lace front eyebrows I could find on AliExpress, and they were literally like 3 centimetre long, coarse badger hairs.
Do we think there is a chance for Rue to just pull more shenanigans and keep people back, even if they do a disastrous lip sync? Do we believe that there is it's whoever's got it, or are they going to be like, right, we really don't want
the golden ticket?
Yeah, we really don't want Coolbred to go home, so we'll give them the golden ticket.
Well, when Bruno was taking down everyone's kind of like code numbers, I thought, oh, this is a fix. So they tell him what number they've got, then the production team looks after the things, and then they can just fix
bring
it
it
however
out.
they want.
Yeah.
But the girls have to look after their own chocolates, so I don't know how you could do the fix.
Because they would have to they won't look after their own chocolates. Like, they'll be backstage or whatever because it came out of the bra. There's no way that they were lip syncing with that giant chocolate bar in their bra the whole time because
we've seen the bra.
Yeah, we saw the brassiere, honey.
The bra was there and it was unchocolated.
Yeah, so I reckon it's tricks and stunts.
Yeah,
I hope it is but at least then I think maybe I think they've put it in because the anger from the audience comes from the fact that when Rue's like, what the fuck? Clearly they lost that lip sync. Why are you keeping them? And it feels unfair. But now he can be like, okay, you have to go home because you did not do that lip sync. But if he really wants them to stay, he can give them the chance to come back, and it seems
more fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anywho,
let's talk Rose and Thorn. What was your Rose?
There was a couple of good looks in there tonight.
There's a couple of dresses in here that I care for. There is my Rose is that there's quite a few of them that I genuinely feel excited by. That I'm
actually.
That I like. Actually, there's a couple of them that I like. Oh, I fucking love. I love Angie.
Yeah,
I love Willow.
That I'm very strong
I love
on.
Cornbread. I love Kerry. Like, I'm like, I really look forward.
For Bosco.
Oh, I really love Bosco as well, like, and I really fucking look forward to what they're going to do. And then there's a lot of them as well that I'm like, no, you're really interesting. Like, so yeah. What about your Thorn?
I'm just very, very, very thirsty for a good lip sync at this point.
My Thorn is I cannot ever see Cornbread cry again.
Yeah. I'm glad I missed a bit of that.
I had to do a couple of laps of the sofa. I was like, I'm going to have to walk this one off. But great episode. Loved it. And thanks so much for sticking with us through that marathon that was all of the outfits.
And next week, fucking Low. I screamed.
Oh my God.
I cannot cope. And then so much like clickbaity, beefy stuff like, I don't want to see any more flip-flops on this motherfucking stage, but that's obviously going to have to be a skit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
100%.
Willow's little trotters that it showed. But like, it seems like there's lots of opportunities.
Dramatiques.
Yes.
Love. Okay,
we're really missing it in the Untuckies.
I guess we will see you next week then, and we'll see you for more shenanigans.
We've recently got our very old friend Anita to finally start listening to the pod. So if you've made it this
And by
far,
very
Anita,
old friend, you mean that you've been friends with her a long time, not that she's very old.
She is 2 months older than me, and I do like to remind her of that. But yes, thanks for listening. We love you, LGBTQEs. Share, follow, buy wigs. Love you.
Love ya.
Bye.